So one of the reasons I wanted Willie to be here today, because I did request Willie to be in today. I originally worked with Willie a little bit. Where was the first time you worked with me? Milwaukee?
Yeah, maybe some guest spots in Chicago a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's right. And he did pretty well. And then the time I saw him after that, I'm like, wow, you've gotten much better, just like my dad said. And I started bringing him some different places. But now, here's the thing: is one of the things about working with somebody on the road is I always find somebody who's willing to drive a stupid amount, right? So that's part. Willie knows that's part of the deal.
Oh yeah.
I go, I think your comedy's great. I think you work for this audience and it'll be fantastic. But can you drive 4 hours?
And 5.5 hours.
5.5. Well, I'm just talking about the first part, the first leg. So that's always a thing with me because I really don't enjoy driving, although it's where I get a lot of work done. If I'm driving by myself, I'll talk to myself the whole time. You always bring up the Jim Rome. That's where I got the Jim Rome impression, was just being in the car, talking to myself, doing this over and over. So Willie's obliged, and he's been doing great. The shows have been fantastic, but the last time he drove, I made demands, and so we were in a casino in southern Illinois area, and we'd stopped to get some food. Because I'm doing this intermittent fasting where I'm not eating most of the day. I try not to eat for 16 to 18 hours during the day, and then just eat in a window. But when I eat in this window, I kind of gorge. So not just kind of. I eat 2,000 calories worth for the day, maybe 3,000. So we stop at a sandwich shop. What was it? We stopped at Jimmy John's. We stopped at Jimmy John's, and I know there's certain things. If I get the dressing on the sandwich, that can be an issue. Having not eaten for 18 to 20 hours or whatever it is, but I also got the pickle. So I ate the pickle, and I'm like, I shouldn't eat the pickle. Something's going to happen. I can hear, we get back in the car, and my stomach starts gurgling. We're a couple hours in. And
he goes, it's one of those things where usually it's like, hey, if there's an opportunity, could you pull over?
And that's how I felt at the time. That's how I felt at the time. It was definitely, if there's an opportunity, if you see something coming along, and it looks safe. Clean, safe. Like people have used the bathroom and they've cleaned it in between. If there's an opportunity, maybe we get an exit.
And then it turned into pull over right now. No, don't park on that side of the Starbucks. Park by the door.
Not even there yet. Then we see a sign that says next exit 35 miles. He goes, can you hold it? I go, I hope so. So I'm starting to feel the contractions are getting closer and closer.
Baby's coming.
And he doesn't know whether to laugh or hope it happens. He's just sitting there. He goes, oh no, my dad, if we had to pee when we were kids, my dad was like, he said, I wish I could turn some water on right now.
Oh yeah, the waterfalls.
So he's just milking it. So we are on our way, and he goes, he was getting seriously worried about me because I think I was changing color. I think there was the poison was starting to set in.
You were sweating.
I was sweating. He'd look over to me every once in a while, and he'd be, are you okay? Like, I hope we get. Can you go faster?
Now, is this in Willie's car?
Yeah, it's Willie's car.
Oh my God!
We finally made it to a Starbucks, and I park at the first spot that I see, and he screams, "There's a spot 3 cars up. It's right by the door. Why would you park at that?"
That was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. You parked in the middle of the lot, and he was so worried. He was like, "Yeah, but I thought you need to get out as fast. But I need to get out as fast as possible, but I don't need to walk. I meant pull up alongside." And I was tightening everything that I'd worked on tightening in I was tightening abs, cheeks, everything, both sets. Everything was getting tightened, and I'm trying to get over there, and you could just hear him giggling in the back. So I get there, and I think it was a Starbucks, right? It was a and nobody was in either of them. And I got in. I'm not even sure if you know how safely you make sure you lock the door in?
Yeah.
I don't think there was anything locked. I don't know what happened, but people knew as soon as I sat down, don't come anywhere near this.
So funny. Poor barista. Oh my gosh, is that guy on Mad TV? What a great day.
Did he bait you with like, well, what would Robin Williams say about what's happening to you right now?
Oh, no. it's Joe versus the volcano. Here we go. I mean, and when I said, will you come in just so I can, because it was coming back to me. I hadn't relived that moment at all. And when I saw Willie, it all started to come back to me today. But after that drive, I would never have anybody drive me in an emergency dump.
And I, by the way, this on a side note, if I were ever made president, many of the things I would do, I would require every sign at the side of a freeway that says whatever, McDonald's, Starbucks, whatever it is, would have the mileage from the exit.
Yeah.
I hate it when you get off and you find out, it's 7 miles that way. Oh, so I'm going to go 20 minutes out of my way to get this.
We were in the middle of. I was thinking about getting in a cornfield and if you build it,
they will dump.
You will dump. I was there. Like he's like, do you need me? I'm like, I'm thinking about it. I literally was to that point where I just didn't know what was going to happen. I was so worried I was going to ruin his car. And then it was going to be a different story here. But it was just one of those moments where, this guy's the right guy. I found the one. I found the one.
Was this one where after you were finished at Starbucks, you were good, or were there aftershocks? You know,
I was worried about it, and he was actually checking on me a bunch.
That's the job of a feature, baby.
There were little rumblings, but it wasn't that. It was
good.
It was horrific.
Yeah.
I mean, I got in there, and nothing was solid. I don't know what happened. I was at the state fair.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I mean, it was one of the worst. Like, I had this horrific feeling the whole time, but it was this element of this could be incredibly embarrassing, but what a great story this would be at the same time. And I didn't want to tip the scale, so to speak, in the great story. I knew it would be a great story, and I knew it would end up being a pretty good story this way. It would have been an incredible story.
If only you'd gotten there and it was one of the ones that required a code to get in.
I thought I had everything was going through my head. I was going to be a code breaker. I was thinking Benedict Cumberbatch. I was thinking everything I could was going through my head, like what could be the problems because as you get closer to that bathroom, it hits you more and more.
You know, it's like the launch codes, as Chick says. You fired the launch codes.
And they begun. You can't back off.
Yeah,
it really was global thermonuclear war.
Would you like to play a game?
No. It was
a war games.
We have 10 numbers. There's no going back. Yeah, it would have been if somebody had been in that bathroom. I would have had my own coffee. It was horrific.
Thank you.